It's interesting how each of the gospel writers, whenever that were apostles, when they include themselves in their own gospel, what their perspective is. And Matthew's no different, but in all humility, he kind of quickly goes through his calling. And probably, no doubt, it was sincere, and it happened just that quick. You know, maybe he had already heard of Jesus. Maybe he had heard of some of his wonders. Maybe he had only seen him from afar. Maybe he heard stories. But when Jesus came and he fell within the gaze of Jesus, Jesus invited him, and he responded. He said, "Follow me." And Matthew left everything. A very, well, I don't want to say prominent profession, but very lucrative profession, and followed Jesus. Now, when we get to the end of this reading, we find Jesus, at table with Matthew, which is a sign of intimacy. You wouldn't just invite anybody over for dinner, but only those that you trusted, that you knew well, that you wanted to have an intimate relationship with. So this visiting of Jesus wasn't just like a, hey, this is my new buddy, come on over. This was something more than that. This was a desire from Matthew to have intimacy with Jesus. And Jesus also reciprocating and coming and wanting to have intimacy with him. One thing that really struck me in this gospel is at the end, whenever Jesus challenged the Pharisees, and he said to them, "Go and learn the meaning of the words, 'I desire mercy, not sacrifice.'" And in saying that, Jesus was repeating something that had been said many, many years ago by the prophet Hosea. In Hosea chapter 6, verse 6, Hosea is talking about an insincere conversion to the faith. And Hosea is describing what an insincere conversion is, and then he compares it to a sincere conversion. And in a sincere conversion, he says, you being the mouthpiece for God, he says this in the place of God, "It is loyalty I desire, not sacrifice, and knowledge of God, not burnt offerings." And Jesus puts just a little bit different twist on this. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. But similar words. This is what Jesus came for. He came mercifully to die on the cross, to make a way for all of us to have redemption in him. He came to pay the price and died the death that we deserved so that we can go to heaven and enjoy the life that he deserved because of who he was. Too often it's easy for us to fall into like a performance-based mentality where we think that we want to do this or act this way to win favor with God. But in reality, it's our new birthright through our baptism that has won us all the favor we'll ever need. It's up to us to see the way Jesus lived and want to emulate that. The way Jesus lived was with mercy. The way Jesus lived was with loyalty. Jesus intimately knew the Father, and we're called to do the same. Jesus poured himself out so that we might have life, so that we might be lights. We need to pour ourselves out to be light for the world, to give hope to all those we come in contact with.